quarantine era in Louis Money's Palutena. So, I mean, we'll see how that matches up here, right? The kind of a clash of eras as we hop into game number 1.
I mean, both these characters were introduced in Smash 4. One was DLC, though. See how this goes. PS2, though, game number 1. See who's going to be able to shake up another Pokemon Stadium, another fight to come out. So right out the gate, you know, Asimo, very known for those parries, going to be able to get that out and try to, like, surf for a lot of these combo stars, right? Meanwhile, Louis Money playing a character that if you've been playing Ultimate for any sort of time throughout its lifespan, you've probably faced off against the Palu.
Right, yeah. Maybe not one on Louis Money's caliber, right? Really the pioneer in this time, but what's going to be really fun for everybody, right? Unless you're Asimo, is so many multi-hits, right? With those nairs to beat out that focus, which, you know, Ryu's and Ken's love to rely on for the recovery options, especially when landing.
Yes. Being able to catch those landings is very important. Throwing out the explosive flame just to give yourself a little bit of breathing. When we somehow managed to get back on the stage, perfectly spaced back air, even with the parry, can't get too much out of it. But we see that jump, and we got an anti-air coming your way in the form of the DP.
Yeah, fantastic stuff for Asimo. And now we're going to jump up and over Louis Money, right? We really want to hold center stage here as Ryu until we can get you to those later percents, right? We really want to hold the center of the Pokeball, right? But Louis Money, recognizing that, is really trying to keep Asimo in a corner.
Pushing, speaking of the corner, like we are stuck on the stage right now, the stage of this corner. We get that back air clean swing coming out from Louis Money. Open up that first stock.
Yeah, fantastic catch on that air dodge as well, right? Really kind of baiting him there. I mean, already going for like crazy baits like that in game 1, stock 1. I mean, this is shaping up to be a set already.
Coming back in, they're going to reflect that fireball right on back. Get that out of here, man. I don't want nothing to do with that.
Yeah, no fireballs for me tonight. But can we find aerials? Yes, we can. We've got a back air on the ledge there. But Asimo firing back with that up B through the stage. Another Shoryu confirmed. Good stuff, Asimo, as, you know, Louis Money having a hard time kind of finding his footing here.
Okay, coming back in. Trying to find that next mark, another opening tool for you, right? Nair's a really good opener because that's going to be able to pop you up and be able to get some follow-ups out of it. Same thing with the back air. Just like that, a really good tool for pushing him off stage, especially against the likes of Ryu. Try to go off super deep, might pay the ultimate price. Now we get back on stage. Asimo going for the safe option instead of a daring option.
Yeah, that was a scary position to be in as Asimo, but keeping the composure, right? Not allowing yourself to kind of give up in that situation. God, and now Louis Money's fighting in the corner, trying to fight his way out. He's able to find a forward air, but that focus is charging all the way through it. No multi-hits for you, and we're chasing you down. No Shoryu for the stock here, but Louis Money able to find a down air, up air. Good stuff for himself. You know, stopping the bleeding a little bit, right? Yeah. Putting some gauze on the wound. Can we find more openings, though?
Yeah, we have to wait and see. He's looking very composed and focused as we're trying to see this next opportunity, right? Ryu being at 0 damage is going to allow Louis Money to try to get some really good strings going. You get to see those Nair strings that the character used to be so famous for. Speaking of, as I say that, I almost brought into existence. The Nair train started to come out, but Asimo was able to break out of it almost immediately, as now we're seeing a 108 percentage here on Louis Money, trying to go for the warp to Canada, and you cannot escape. That's one of the things on this stage, though, is that Palutena going for warp after warp after warp. There's so many locations that she can land onto. You can be able to go for the platform cancel, where you'll be able to jump off of it, you go for the ledge, and you just go right on the stage. And that specific moment, you saw Louis go as far as possible to the left, and Asimo with Ryu, who's not known to be that fast of a character on the ground with the dash speed, was still able to catch up and get that secure that final kill.
Yeah, was able to still find the stock, and he found that initially earlier on in the game as well. Just really chasing him down and, you know, being like, okay, you know, all these mix-ups are great and all, but can you actually, you know, can you confuse me actually, right?
Actually, can you actually do this, man? Like, I have to see how it's going to go. Game number 2. Louis Money coming back into it. See if we can try to shake things up. And we're still going back to PS2. Even though this is a really good stage for Palu, it's also a very big comfort stage for Asimo.
Yeah, we saw a lot of it in the last set he played against Jazo as well, right? And, I mean, it's everybody's comfort pick, I feel like, at this point, right? Everybody loves them some PS2. But, you know, we got to be able to use it to our best advantages because...
Oh, no. Hate to see that happen. And thankfully, you saw, if you look at that camera right there, Louis kind of laughed that off. He's like, yeah, you know, things happen. Shake it off. Move on to the future. Don't dwell on it. That's exactly the game plan you got to do. That's exactly what Louis is starting to do right here. I'm liking these dash attacks. I haven't seen them too often, right? Dash attacks are a really good tool for Pal to catch landings because of the little bit of like shield armor on it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that ever-present shield that is so unbelievably good at snuffing people out with the dash attacks and the back airs. We're not able to find the ledge guard for Asimo, for Louis Money there, and now Asimo actually takes the wheel entirely there, but Louis Money not allowing it to shake him.
Yeah, just running off stage with the Nair instead. Up air to call out the focus. Multi-hits are the play against that. That's exactly what you're going to be able to find here in the option. And honestly, that might be why we're not seeing too many dash attacks coming out from Louis Money, right? Because if you try to catch a landing with dash attack, you're leaving yourself wide open for a focus punish.
Yeah. And you never want to be on the receiving end of that, right? Like, just never. But we see a lot of these multi-hit nairs coming out. We didn't see a lot of those in the last game, right? Louis Money just kind of throwing them out because, unfortunately, if you're Asimo, you have to just hold that. Oh, my God, the chase down. Oh, my God, the chase down. Oh, my God, the chase down from Asimo.
Looking like a lion on a hyena right there. That was insane coming in there with that chase. We're going to continue these Nair trains one more time.
Quick 1-2 punch for the Shoryu. Fantastic conversion for Asimo. God, if you're Louis, it's just everything is getting so hard.
Oh, he's out of jumps.
Oh, God, so scary. We're able to find a way back, and it's kind of precarious for Louis Money. Every single interaction that he is finding himself in, right, when he's on the losing end of it, Asimo is really making him work for everything.
Every little thing, man. Coming back down, falling down for a Nair. Can't find the mark again. On top of that, things are looking pretty bleak here for Louis. I don't know. We get that down throw. We try to open him up, use the down tilt to call out the air dodge, a long-lasting hitbox. But we're struggling to find these Nairs off stage because of the nature that is Shoryu.
Yeah.
Big open hitbox coming your way. And now we're throwing out a lot of Nairs, trying to call out these jumps on top of it. Elbow, people's elbow coming out right now from Asimo.
Yep. We're able to find another back air for Louis Money there. We're going to air dodge past that explosive flame, but that 2 frames with the down tilt, good for Louis Money. And that's the other thing we're also not seeing is a lot of these projectiles, right? That explosive flame or the whatever the other one's called.
Auto-reticle?
Yes, there we go. We're not seeing a lot of those, and I mean, it feels like Asimo's movement is part of the problem for that, right? Just not really in a spot ever that's allowing that. But we see another drop from ledge, up air to catch the recovery for Louis Money. Good stuff for him, but yeah, you're going to eat a back air for it, and we're moving on to game 3.
And just spawns in, gets the stock, brings us to a one more game to secure yourself a spot in that top 16. Looking very strong on the winner's side here. Louis Money's got to shake something up. I know he put up quite a fight, especially with that SD really early on. Yeah. But now we just got to try to find a way to just like compose it all together and find your way to victory.
It feels like Louis Money is kind of missing just one piece, right? He's missing something, just a small thing, and I'm not sure what it is, right? Maybe he doesn't, but he has to find it now because your back's against the wall. This is your winner's side, game. So you have to find a way through or up and over or however, right, in order to get what is this music?
I forget Cosmo Canyon's in this game. This is a remix of Cosmo Canyon from Final Fantasy VII. Like, no one picks this song. I forget it's here. It's such a banger.
This is a good why? I respect it.
Yeah, it's a remix. Dude, because like what happened when Cloud first came out in Smash 4, there were no remix songs. They were all OG. So when Sephiroth came out in Ultimate, that's when we got the music update.
Yeah, exactly, which is fantastic. I mean, it's always nice getting these Smash renditions of some really good songs. I love a lot of Smash renditions of the SNK music. But that character's not on screen here. Neither is Cloud or Sephiroth. Right here, we've got Louis Money versus Asimo, and I like this stage pick a lot for Louis Money, actually. It feels strange, right? It's the same layout as PS2, but it feels so much more open, right? It gives you, a little bit more light in your eyes here for it. We're able to find a way back to stage Asimo, but, I mean, right now, Louis Money is in the driver's seat, which he was not previously.
Yeah, again, starting to like wake up a little bit, get that extra. We saw that Tatsu come out, so that was like, honestly the prime answer for Louis Money to go for, right? If he goes up top, you get caught by the counter. If he doesn't, he just goes for the ledge. So pretty safe time to go for a counter you're not going to be able to get punished on.
Yep. And, Louis Money is playing in Asimo's face here, right? That's some confidence, right? That's some real confidence coming out from him here. Able to catch the fastball with the explosive flame. Louis Money taking a lead for the first time here. We might see him put a game on the board. Can we find it, though?
Trying to find the next mark here, 116 damage. Asimo's been known to be able to find out these disadvantage spots. Really strong way to being able to get those shorties. Again, trying to go for the elbow again. Not getting too many opportunities to go for those crouching lights that we've saw so much against the likes of Jazzo.
Not at all.
Oh, what a call out on the focus!
Really good stuff from Louis Money there, right? Because we saw him catch Asimo so many times with the up air to focus through, right? So instead, when Asimo decides, maybe I don't want to focus, right? Maybe I want to hesitate just a little bit, we're able to find the jump down air. Fantastic stuff for Louis Money. But Asimo fires back immediately, but you're at a full stock deficit, and it's not looking pretty for you.
Now, if there's anyone that can do it, it could be Asimo, but Louis Money looks too dominant right now, putting up quite the fight again. Getting called out by the low sweep, turning into another fireball, just racking up the damage bit by bit. Some safe damage, mind you, so while it's keeping a lot of distance between Asimo and Louis Money in the process. Palu trying to run back and forth, trying to connect these back airs off the platform, which are really strong tools, which makes Small Battlefield a pretty good stage for Palu on top of that, too. She just loves the placements of these platforms.
Yeah, and you can see Asimo is actually starting to struggle to really get anything started here. He was doing so well in those last two games with his movements and really calling out Louis Money at every possible point in time, but right now he's kind of scrambling, right? Kind of hitting himself in confusion a little bit as we continue on here. Louis Money just really changing up the way that he's approached this entirely.
Now he's coming in with another downer, going to push him right back on. 95 damage. This could be the way to play it, right? He's coming in, gets the down air, trying to find the next mark, down tilt. Not going to be able to find it, unfortunately, but we get a back air instead. That's totally fine.
What a good back air as well, and a phantom footstool to make it back to stage before Asimo. We're not able to capitalize off of it. That back air isn't going to take the stock just yet, but Louis Money sitting in a good spot. Love the explosive flame to cover your own recovery back in there. Aggressive nail out of the corner. Can we find another stock for yourself to high shore you? Good stuff, but not enough. That back air is going to put us to a game 4.
All right, Louis Money bringing it back here. We're down 2-1. Again, we've seen this before. Someone's down 2-1, and they got to win 3 games in a row. Very tall order against the likes of Asimo, Ryu extraordinaire. So it's all about what we're going to do here for the stage bands. We're talking about our stage bands right now, see where Asimo is going to take us. I think Asimo might just go back to PS2. It seems to be a good comfort stage. Even though it is a fantastic stage for Palu, it's been working wonders for Asimo. I mean, both times we went to PS2, we got a dub on there. So
yeah, and it feels like on a stage like PS2, where it gives you both so much room to breathe and kind of give yourself time to flow, right? It's all about the movement at the end of the day. And when it comes to movement, I mean, Asimo's Ryu is just one of the most fluid.
Yes.
But
I was going to say, Asimo, looking at the stage list pretty carefully, right?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where we're going to go. And we got the song choices on top of that. Mana Culture.
Okay.
Mana Culture. Get that Mute City action ready to go from F-Zero. We're going to jump right in to the next stage.
Yeah.
Dude, I respect a man that can pick an F-Zero song.
Oh, yeah.
From Melee specifically. It's the Melee version. My brain's going to
okay.
break watching this.
Oh, yeah, there it is. There's that chase down that we saw from Asimo before, right? That confidence that was lacking in that last game. Immediately displaying off go, right? Just immediately boots on the ground. Let's run it.
Run it immediately again. Getting those crouching kicks one more time. Going to be able to land those into some big damage. This is where we're trying to find. This is what Asimo was kind of struggling to find in the previous game. And now, with a little bit different play style here, being able to catch these landings and be able to dominate it and come back in with a Tatsu.
Yep. We're having a hard time finding our footing here as Louis Money, only able to tack on 68% before you get called out immediately for a neutral get up. But we're able to find a back throw. Good stuff. Are we able to find the edge guard, though, right? Yes, we are. Good back air. Can we find another one? Yes, we can. You get another one from me. Good back air for Louis Money as we even up the stock count really quickly.
Yeah, it's just a really good move for Palu when you're just dropping off the ledge like that, right? It covers so many options. It's got guard point on it, so even if they try to swing against you, you immediately just like deflect the attack right back towards them. So going to be a really strong, advantageous move.
Yeah, I'm also noticing that Asimo is mashing Dare out of every single Nair that Louis Money is throwing out there because he's like, get off of me, please.
I'm getting this hit confirm, bro. I'm getting it. Okay, going to jump away from that ledge attack. Put you in a really good spot. Again, we're playing a little bit more of a spacing game here coming out from Louis Money. Wants to respect Asimo a little bit. But speaking of respect, we're not respecting the time we got on that ledge because Asimo just going to go for that quick little sweep off the down smash and send Louis flying. But that's okay. We got advantage one more time. We're right below, not allowing them to land. I love the patience on Louis. Waits for Asimo at the perfect time before letting that back air rip to take away that second stock.
Yeah, and that was all from that ledge situation, right, where he swung super aggressively off the ledge, catching Asimo completely off guard and able to secure a stock for himself. And now we're back on the ledge. You got to find a way out. Asimo ready for everything. There it is, ready for the jump with his own back air, sealing up another stock for himself. We're spot dodging a grab. Oh, this is not good, but only a quick three-piece for the troubles here. Can we find another hit for Asimo?
He's certainly on the hunt for it. Coming in back and forth, but here come the double nairs coming out from Louis Money again, following it up with some up airs on top of that, throwing out these active hitboxes when Asimo is just trying to land back down onto the stage. That explosive flame going to force him to back off too. On top of that, you can't always be resting on your laurels, even if you're that far away from Palu. Now we got back off stage, going for the deep back air, but giving up the stage control in the process.
I really like the jab check on the shield, but unfortunately giving up stage control, never a good sign for yourself. But Louis Money stealing his composure immediately, right? It's like, all right, we'll reset to neutral. We'll go back to center stage. Another jab check on the shield. Fantastic there out of shield coming out from Louis Money. Oh my God, the explosive flames. Can Asimo make it back here?
Not being able to force out that air dodge or double jump is coming right back in. That's that back air coming in clutch. You saw that guard point come in. Eats the projectile alive, goes right on through it and smacks Asimo out of that game and brings it to the final game of the set.
God, we got another game 5 on our hands, ladies and gentlemen at home. This is such an intense set. We've watched Louis Money, right? Those PS2 games weren't really working for him, but all it was collecting data. Now it's time to cash in our checks every single opportunity that we can find.
Okay, speaking of an opportunity, one more time, going to the other Melee song. We got Big Blue coming up here. Small Battlefield is going to be the stage for the rest of the set. Kind of shocked to see Asimo keep running it back to the stage that he lost on. But, you know, maybe just like it's like a comfort thing. So yeah. Here we go, going to warm up those hands before we jump right into this final game of the evening to figure out our final player forward towards that top 24 bracket.
Yeah, we'll see who it is between the two. I mean, it's going to be such a scary position to be in. Now, we're already opening up really, really well for Louis Money. Oh my God, Asimo just unable to find any answers. Here are all the projectiles that I was talking about earlier in the set. Another 2 for him with that down tilt. Who is this? Who is this?
A 0 death. He's feeling himself. He is nodding as he manages to get all that that gigantic combo on the edge of the stage. We're going to come back into this next one. Looking very clean. Has yet to take a single dent in that armor.
Yeah, and Asimo is struggling to keep up already. We're going to tack on a quick 22, but Asimo able to find a confirm into the fireball. Good stuff for him, but that nair is going to come out of shield immediately, and we're just again and again calling out Asimo with everything that Louis Money is tossing.
Air dodge was very scary because we were risking a lot in that. Going to go for a quick little easy combo off of the Tatsu. Bring it back towards some fireball actions. But it looks like Louis is just really moving strong right here. A little bit dangerous on that dash attack. Was expecting a retaliation coming out for Asimo. Going right back towards the center stage. And now we are going for a lot of full hops and some active hitboxes coming out. Gets the Shoryuken on top of him, but he is still alive at 116 damage.
Yeah, not going to be able to find a stock for himself there. And I really like the way Louis Money is playing around these platforms, not allowing himself any room for error. Asimo finds a way in, though, with that confirm into the up air. Good stuff for him. But Louis Money making his money here on the ledge. Fantastic stuff. Another one? No, not yet.
Trying to collect the bag right now, getting a lot of these teleport cancels. That up air was incredibly scary. Could have been in a very dire situation. 111% has him on the back of his foot. We're going to see if we can connect these back airs again. Throwing it right back off stage. Here comes on the ledge. I love that recovery from Asimo, hugging that wall to be able to kind of catch, sneak attack with that Shoryu through the stage.
Oh my gosh, Louis Money is doing such a good job kind of dancing around in Asimo's face, making him second guess every single decision that he's making. it's just so good here. But Asimo finding his composure, right? Finding his stride, being like, okay, you want to get fancy with it on these platforms and on the ledge here, right? Meet me here in neutral, right? Meet me in center stage. But
oh no!
Coming out from Louis Money. He's playing hot, making it hard for Asimo to find any kind of openings.
Just literally put him in a really bad spot to force out that really far away Shoryuken, and now things are looking a little bleak here for Asimo as Louis has taken the driver's seat away from him. The wheel is now in his court. We're going to see if we'll be able to finish this off before anything ends up happening here.
Yeah, and Asimo is trying to find every opportunity he possibly can, but with all of these forward airs, these nairs coming out, right, that are drifting away because Louis Money knows that Asimo doesn't want to challenge it, it's really, really hard for him to find an opening.
Fine, there's an opening right there, right? That forward tilt a little bit laggy afterwards. Comes in with the reverse aerial rush of the back air. Coming in one more time, trying to use the explosive flame to apply some pressure. Give yourself some free room. Good call out coming out from Asimo. Recognize the warp was coming in right there. Managed to get the swing, and now we're down to our final stock of the evening. 76 damage right now here on Asimo. Louis Money looking for this advantage stage. Pushes him back off stage. He's got stage control.
Yeah, and that's been the name of the game for these two, right? Keeping stage control as much as possible, holding center, holding ledge, but Asimo firing back on a mistimed dash attack on his shield, really trying to push Louis Money into the corner, but Louis using these platforms to his advantage to get around everything that Asimo has to offer.
Now we're seeing an opportunity to get this set up with that nair one more time. 99 damage right back off stage. Wants to go down for that backer, but Asimo gets right back onto the stage with that final hit of the Shoryuken. And now he's starting to show some signs of life here. Going in with another nair to bring you back open into the wild. 47 damage. Looking for the next opportunity to get that jump in, but that nair going to stuff out that jump. Fireball to get out of my face.
Really good fireball coming out from Asimo. I love the air dodge, but it's not enough for him. Louis Money taking it game 5 against Asimo.
That explosive flame was supposed to bait out the air dodge. And you can tell Asimo felt that ending just like that because he was just trying to air dodge right on through it. Louis Money's brain at that point was like, I'm going to throw out this fireball, going to force out an air dodge, I'm going to get the follow-up on that. But unfortunately, Asimo was a little bit too early on that move and caught the tail end of it and ended up spelling disaster for the ending. That's going to be Louis Money getting a reverse 3-0 on Asimo. Talk your game, man. We're moving on into the top 16 winner's side for Louis Money with Palutena.
God, what a fantastic set at the end here, right, to kind of close out our night. I mean, we saw everything that we kind of talked about in those first 2 games that Asimo was doing well. Louis Money slowly but surely over the course of the next 3 games picking it apart over and over and over again and really making Asimo second guess everything he could possibly have there. Wow, what a block, what a night.
Yeah, like literally just banger after banger of each set that we saw today. Had the greatest pleasure being able to bring that to you guys, but that's going to be it for tonight. I think there's some more sets. Oh, hold on. They lied to us.
We have another set.
Production lied to us.